Range script loaded, you can now press Escape, select Choose Slot and pick your aircraft. The T-45C has 2 weapons stations. The fuselage centerline is not wired for weapons and is used only to carry a baggage container. For bombing, each station can carry a practice multiple bomb rack with up to 6 Mark 76 or BDU-33 practice bombs. On DCS, this rack is always fitted with 6 BDU-33 bombs. Each BDU-33 weighs 25 pounds, and are used as a training aid for all Air Force and Navy pilots. They have a spotting charge that releases a cloud of smoke on impact. Practice bombs are used to simulate the Mark 82 bomb in low-drag configuration. They are made from a small cast iron and steel body and carry a non-explosive ordnance that is used in training to simulate actual bombs. For this training mission, we will use a weapons range that uses objects created by the 476th Virtual Fighter Group, and a weapons range script developed by the user Suribob, that will allow you to gauge your accuracy and monitor your progress. On this mission, the predefined load is 12 practice bombs under the wings. We will drop them singly or in ripples, during several passes over the range target, in order to better practice the delivery profile. Perform the passes on a west to east general direction, so that the mission logic can keep track of them. You can make as many passes as you want, while you still have any bombs left. You can access the attack statistics calling up the F10 option of the communications menu. Your aircraft is ready to start the flight. Increase throttle and let the aircraft slowly move forward. Once the aircraft is moving, press the wheel brakes to confirm their operation. Release the wheel brakes and resume the taxi. Be careful of other traffic that may be near you. Good. Now turn left and proceed along the taxiway, towards the runway. Stop just short of the runway and then check that there is no air traffic about to land or take off. Unfortunately, the T-45 Charlie can't make use of the ATC on DCS. If there is no traffic, enter the runway, align on its center and stop there. We are now ready to take off. Let's do a short checklist. 1. Control augmentation switch. Set to all. Unfortunately, this switch is not implemented yet. 2. Anti-skid switch. Set to on, for short takeoff. 3. Set the flap slats to their half position. 4. Set a pitch trim between 2 to 3 degrees nose up, for short takeoff. Rudder and aileron trim should be at 0. 5. Canopy. Confirm it is closed, locked and its advisory light is out. 7. Ejection seat. Set to its arm position. This completes the takeoff checklist. We are now ready for takeoff. Follow the usual procedure. Hold wheel brakes. Increase throttle to 90% RPM. Check instruments and alerts. If everything is well, release the brakes and accelerate to maximum RPM. Use nose wheel steering to maintain directional control and keep the aircraft on the runway center line. At 115 knots, pull back on the control stick to raise the nose, and allow the aircraft to fly itself off the ground. Liftoff. We are now on the air. Use trim to maintain a steady climb. Once on the air, retract the landing gear, with the G key or by clicking the gear head. Retract the flaps before reaching 150 knots, using the HOTAS or the F key. You are over waypoint 1. Now, turn right towards waypoint 2. Maintain 300 knots and descend to arrive at the next waypoint at 7,000 feet altitude. We will use the left multifunction display to configure our weapons. First, click on Menu. Next, click on the SDRS button to display the Stores page. OK, now select Air to Ground mode by clicking on the highlighted button. You can also use the Mode button of the Data Entry panel instead. As we have not yet enabled the Master Arm switch, the legend Safe is showing. The weapons computer of the T-45 is not able to detect the type of weapon mounted. You have to manually select the weapon type, using the buttons at the top of the display. The first two are for the left wing station, the center one is for the simulated gun, and the rightmost ones are for the right wing station. Click one of the two highlighted buttons, to select bomb on the corresponding left or right station. Good, the display will update to reflect the selected station and it indicates the bomb quantity remaining. You are currently on single release mode. On this mode a single bomb will be released on each press of the flight stick's weapon release button. If you want, you can use the RPPL button, to select ripple mode instead, where all the station bombs would be released when you press and hold the weapon release button. The air-to-ground mode has two delivery modes: manual, and continuously computed impact point, CCIP. Currently, the system has defaulted to manual. In manual delivery mode, the HUD displays the depressed sightline aiming reticle. You can use the Set Depression Rocker switch, on the Data Entry panel, to input the desired sight depression in milliradians. On CCIP mode, the weapons computer uses the altimeter to calculate a bombing solution and display the impact point of the bombs on the HUD. It will also display an impact line, to provide an azimuth steering reference. As CCIP is much more precise than manual mode, select CCIP for this practice. We have now the bombs configured for a release. The last step of the procedure is to place the master switch on the armed position. Good, the bombs are now ready to use. Drop them by pressing the stick's weapon release button. Do not use the stick's trigger as it is meant for guns only. We have reached waypoint 2. Turn right to enter the weapons range on the easterly heading. The bombing target circle is identified by a long arrow that points at it on a 90 degrees direction. Don't head directly to the target, or the nose of your aircraft will hide it. Instead, fly to a heading just to the right or left of the target, such that you can barely see the target looking towards the side of the nose. Keep an altitude of at least 6,000 feet. Once the target is near the point where the canopy frame joins with the fuselage, it is time to begin our dive towards the target. Roll the aircraft until almost inverted and pull on the stick to dive. Reduce throttle, extend air brake. Keep the target in sight and reverse the roll once it's in front of you. Keep the CCIP impact line aligned on the target. Wait until the cross at its end appears. Press the weapon release once the cross is over the target. Pull back on the stick to exit the dive, retract the air brakes and increase throttle. Use left or right trim to level the aircraft. Good pass. Turn right 180 degrees, towards a westerly heading, and perform another pass. Start climbing back to at least 7,000 feet. Check the SMS to confirm that there is a bomb selected for the next pass. You have no more bombs left. You should now navigate towards waypoint 4, to return to Anapa Air Base. Deactivate the armament, with this procedure. 1. Place the master switch on the safe position, down. 2. Set master mode to nav, by clicking on the highlighted button. You can also use the mode button of the data entry panel instead. 3. Set the left multifunction display back to the ADI page. You can check your range results by calling up the communications menu. Select F10. Other. Then select F2. Range. Finally, click F3. My bombing results. Unfortunately, the T-45 Charlie and DCS can't yet communicate with ATC, so you must use the F10 map to be aware of other air traffic that may be flying near Anapa. Press spacebar once you have checked the F10 map. You have reached waypoint 4. Reduce speed and altitude. Turn right 90 degrees, towards Anapa. Since you can't contact Anapa's ATC to request landing, check the F10 map to confirm there is no other air traffic near the runway. Perform a visual landing. Touchdown. Press backspace if you want to end the mission now, or spacebar if you want to practice the taxi to the parking ramp. This is taxiway C. Proceed forward to apron 2. Park on spot number 23. Well done, this is spot number 23. You have finished this training mission. Press spacebar to exit the mission.